Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sweet and Sour Soccer. Mario Balotelli to Newcastle. Now, there has been some outrageous transfer rumours regarding Newcastle this transfer window. I'm sure Dembele has been told he can leave Barcelona. I've already actually seen a couple of headlines suggesting he could go to Newcastle. But this one I couldn't have predicted. Mario Balotelli being linked to Newcastle. And it's all down to comments which were made by the president of the club he's currently at, playing in the Turkish league for Demirspor. Has basically made the comments to say that Newcastle are interested, although an official bid is yet to come in. And that has created a whole host of circulation around this potential transfer. Lots of newspaper outlets reporting this, the Express, the Mirror, local Newcastle, outlets as well. Yeah, this has been going everywhere in the last 24 hours, to be honest. And it's a really interesting one. Guys, before I jump into it in more detail, though, please do hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I mean, I'm sure we all remember Mario Balotelli from his times at Manchester City, more for his antics off the pitch than on the pitch, really. Of course, the one thing we probably remember most about is on the pitch is his celebration, the Why Always Me top, which has become pretty iconic, hasn't it, really? But off the pitch, is throwing darts at youth team players, dressing up as Santa Claus and giving away presents in Manchester. Yeah, I think we remember him more for his antics off the pitch. And he's continued that everywhere he's gone, really. I mean, the picture I have up now was actually of a time in this league season where the club he's at now were playing Besiktas, and he scored and did a celebration in front of the opposition manager to basically goad him. But to be honest, he's found a bit of a home in the Turkish league and seems to have got his goal scoring record back on track, to be honest. But it's an interesting one. As I said, these rumours have come up because of the president of Demirspor, who has basically said this: Newcastle's considering signing Balotelli, but so far they have not made an official offer. There is an exit clause in his contract, but I cannot reveal the amount of that clause. Now, this one's a real interesting one. I question the credibility a slight bit. I do wonder at the moment, is this a very smart thing to do? Is this a ploy to get Balotelli's name in circulation? Of course, Newcastle at the moment creates headlines. Is it a clever way of basically getting it on the radar that Balotelli has a release clause and it's one that can be activated? So even if it doesn't interest Newcastle, individually, is it a way of kind of putting him out there? Let's see if anyone's going to pay that release clause. Because as I said earlier, he has really got his career back on track at Demirspor. Because if we look at the stats this season, 18 appearances, scoring 7 goals and 2 assists in the Turkish league. But he's kept up in typical Mario Balotelli fashion in the fact that despite having 7 goals, he's also contributed 7 yellow cards as well. So there still is that element of Balotelli to him, that nature. Of course, we all remember the story about Jose Mourinho telling him not to go and get a second yellow card. And the first thing he did in that second half, I believe when he was at Inter Milan, is literally go and get that second yellow card and get himself sent off. He seems to obviously still have that nature, but on the basis of him signing for Newcastle, it's an interesting one. Newcastle definitely need a striker, and they've been hard to find in this transfer market. It looks like, you'd probably argue more that Newcastle do need a centre-back more than they do probably someone up front, but only St. Maximum scoring, really. Obviously, Callum Wilson's still out for, quite a bit. But a lot of places are holding Newcastle to ransom when it comes to transfer fees. And Balotelli, he'd be an option, wouldn't he? I don't think he'd be the worst option. Obviously, they've just signed Chris Wood. So to have played back up to Chris Wood, depends what his release clause is. Obviously, it's not been stipulated. But if it isn't too much at all, you would imagine it wouldn't be a terrible transfer. With Newcastle being held to ransom. I really don't know how I feel about this because, as I say, Newcastle have been struggling to bring people in. They seem to be getting overcharged left, right and centre. And as we've seen, the advantage of when you do have a release clause, of course, they met Chris Wood's release clause, is at least you can't be charged any more than that release clause. And based on how Balotelli had been doing before, obviously making this signing and moving to the Turkish league. I can't imagine that release clause would be too hefty either. I think Newcastle just need bodies, and would Balotelli would jump at the chance for a return to the Premier League. It'd be a question of whether he'd come at it with the right attitude, because it is Balotelli. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's just me just wanting Balotelli back in the Prem, but I'd welcome it. I'd welcome it. Newcastle fans, let me know, because I'm sure you might have different opinions. It's going to be one that's going to create a lot of controversy, going to be talked about a lot. So let's just hope that's, this is a genuine transfer, not just something to obviously get headlines going. But guys, let me know, would you enjoy seeing Balotelli back in the Premier League? Would you look forward to his antics on the field and off the field? And also, whilst you're there, please make sure to hit that like button. And also, please do press subscribe as well. And hopefully I'll see you on the next transfer update. Goodbye.